Disney's latest animated film is set to feature its first gay teenage character, which has, for some reason, riled up Ben Shapiro. Ben lives for the debate, and that's his only purpose. At least, that's what he thinks. This time he's hounding on Disney's latest movie, and knowing Ben, he won't shy away from sharing his views. In today's video, we're going to be discussing just this. First off, Ben Shapiro hits out at Disney for pushing their gay agenda. Ben Shapiro wasted no time when he started to throw bricks at the movie in his series of tweets. He seems convinced that Disney is pushing a not-so-secret gay agenda. Only Ben Shapiro can come up with something like this. But moving on, he didn't just stop at this. The commentator further talked about how Disney has to do better at hiding its agenda, because they did pull a similar move with Lightyear. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Your kids, your choice"? Well, Ben is the pioneer of that. Unfortunately for him, this world has people with differing views, and somebody challenged his take on the movie. This is Twitter, guys, so you're bound to get called out publicly. A user jabbed at Ben, tweeting how Ben seems to be confusing real-world representation with agenda. Another sarcastic person commented that kids would believe love is love instead of hating people, which is morally wrong. The disses didn't stop coming his way. People went ahead with exaggerated humor, saying that gay people existing in the world was an agenda, according to Ben. Well, you can get a laugh out of all the replies, that's for sure. The biggest takeaway is that Ben Shapiro isn't immune to public roasting, just like the rest of us. At least we're not good at running our mouths as freely as him. Now, that would land us in some pretty bad situations. Now, let's dive into what the story of Strange World is about. Let's uncover what the movie is actually about. The life of the Clade family is followed in Strange World, including Ethan, the youngest, who's struggling to find his place in the world. The portrayal of Ethan's queerness in the film is merely one side of his character. Young White, in an interview, already explained how this movie has nothing to do with coming out, and that it's unrelated to an identity crisis that is sometimes seen in people. The movie doesn't center on this trait of his persona. It is what it is, and it doesn't need to be pointed out constantly to portray it as something special. Many things make Ethan who he is, and this is one of those traits. Not going to lie, that's an excellent take on this. It's subtle and sublime, which makes it interesting. So if Ben Shapiro happens to come across this movie, trust us, Ben, there's no agenda here. Next up, Ben Shapiro is trying to rival Disney with his own company. Oddly enough, Ben Shapiro used to love Disney and took his kids to Disneyland when they were 6 months old, but now he feels that Disney has turned political. Their films contain gay characters who occasionally kiss one another. According to Shapiro, the organization he once cherished is being held prisoner by the woke. Shapiro previewed the potential for counter-programming when he told his listeners last week that his conservative media company, The Daily Wire, would begin producing children's entertainment, but he offered no specifics about how or when that might happen. Daily Wire's co-CEO Jeremy Boring stated at an employee town hall that the firm would invest at least $100 million in children's entertainment over the next 3 years. Beginning early next year, DW Kids will offer subscribers live action and animated shows through the company's streaming service. The initiative had been in the works for several months, and its announcement was scheduled for November's midterm elections. However, management pushed that announcement due to the Walt Disney Company's recent woke activities, such as its opposition to a new Florida law that limits teaching LGBTQ themes in public schools. Disney is pushing the left's agenda, and the Daily Wire has pushed back to get revenge on a former advertiser, Harry's, who ceased working with the Daily Wire after one of its hosts made an inexcusable remark about LGBTQ people. It introduced Jeremy's razors earlier this month. The Daily Wire just won't stop, now would they? One of the websites that linked to the front page of the new razor company is IHateHarrys.com, which shows that Boring knows how to hold a grudge. While Disney and Harry's may only be the Daily Wire's beginning, it's understood that they know how to stir up drama. Grab your popcorn, because this doesn't seem to be the last of it either. Following up, what does Ben Shapiro think of LGBT overall? If there's one thing Ben Shapiro is known for, it's fear-mongering. No matter how ridiculous or misinformed his arguments are, Shapiro always has something to say, whether the topic is immigration or critical race theory. However, his false statement about the LGBTQ community have earned him possibly the most popularity. Shapiro has a lengthy history of making remarks that are homophobic and transphobic, criticizing everything from same-sex adoption to marriage equality to trans people themselves. It's his spirit. He has also said that teachers in school shouldn't talk about their families if their orientation is gay or if they are married to the same sex. Shapiro also objects to kids' books that feature same-sex families. He claims that kids shouldn't find out about the fact that gay people exist in the world. For years, he has been fixated on the LGBTQ community, continuously degrading and condemning gay and trans individuals for their existence, and audacity to demand equal legal protection. That's all we have for Shapiro and Disney's apparent gay agenda. Now let's head on to Jubilee Video calling HasanAbi for a debate with Ben. First, let's talk about how Jubilee broke the fourth wall to invite HasanAbi. So HasanAbi was shocked while watching a stream of the most recent episode of Jubilee's Middle Ground. The streamer was confused when a portion of him reacting to a prior clip from the YouTube channel began to play as soon as the video began. The Turkish American had no idea what was going on and had to pause the video after hearing the director point out the fourth wall being broken. You have to admit his reaction was priceless. He cussed out as much as he could in one breath and kept describing it as weird. It was a bruh, this is happening for real moment. HasanAbi admitted to his audience that when his clip from the video started playing, he believed there was a technical error, as latecomers wouldn't be able to witness the event live. He congratulated those who had joined his stream earlier to witness the moment. If you want to watch the video, it's titled, "Should Parents Be Banned from School?" The director was smooth with the invite when calling him out, saying, "Hey Hasan, we know you're going to watch this video, so join us for a chat too." Having a one-on-one discussion with someone like Shapiro? Now that's bound to be interesting. Following up is a HasanAbi Ben Shapiro collaboration on its way. On his live stream, Hassan Piker has previously reacted to Jubilee videos frequently. He also describes himself as a left-wing political commentator because he frequently speaks out in favor of socialism when discussing various political problems with his audience. He has also produced reaction videos for Ben Shapiro's show, which may be why Jubilee invited him to participate in a discussion. The one-on-one discussion would undoubtedly be fascinating for the streamer and his followers. Still, it is too soon to determine whether a HasanAbi Ben Shapiro collab is in the works, as the streamer hasn't indicated any interest in participating in their show. Lastly, who'd win in a debate between HasanAbi and Ben Shapiro? To be honest, this one is hard to answer because Hassan's fans would say he won, and of course, the Shapiro boys would say Ben stomped him with his logic, like he always does with everyone. But jokes aside, Ben Shapiro is known for his debating skills, which is why he's so widely known in the first place. And well, Hasan sort of admitted that he sucks at debating. The streamer is such a staunch liberal, while Shapiro, we know, isn't known to be kind to liberals at all. It's safe to say that the debate would be anything but calm because Hasan is outspoken about his stance on anti-vaxxers, and the way he has grilled Jordan Peterson in his streams is noteworthy, and Shapiro is not the kind to back out from such fights. You can bet that this is something the fans would give up their money to see. However, to keep it civil, we'd need a referee to break these two away if it gets too heated. Jokes aside, we hope that they sit down and share their contrasting views. That's a wrap for this video. Do you want to see HasanAbi and Ben Shapiro debate? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.